Oh, okay.
I really don't want it following the camera. Oh, hang on.
Perfect, thank you. Right, so if I turn this around.
That's whose office.
It's okay?
Yeah.
It's okay?
But it's,
So that way you can
get the
see.
name,
Yeah, I know, I'm just trying to.
it's a guy. Yeah, I don't think, I didn't see his name listed. He might have left. My sister-in-law
Looking
had
for
babies.
Annie.
Okay, so, I believe we are live, but
Oh, that probably should.
if we cut. I'm not sure, oh yeah, the microphone is working as well, because it is going up and down. Okay, perfect.
All right.
We are.
Okay. That's summer.
All right. So we'll do this, the meeting's being recorded on the Council on Aging YouTube channel. As a reminder, there is no public comment. If you'd like to be on the agenda. Let's start with the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll entertain a motion that we go out of order so that we can have Brian give us an update on facilities. Is there a second? Okay, any discussion? Being none, all in favor? Brian, you're on. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I don't know much, but just a couple of things that we've been working on. She's done a lot more work in the carriage house project. Talk about that if it comes up. Some of the items we did recently, we took the floor drain out in the kitchen closet to make more room, make more for the pantry side, push out more, blocked it off, so now it's ready to go where they need to prepare the kitchen. So that was done. The Anderson did the plumbing aspect and Jimmy Mayo did the shower. I think we're able to move them as well.
Yep, and they put tile in.
Yeah, so they did the floor and so that's just a small project that we did impact. The foyer, I don't know if anyone saw it, just been sanded down and finished. So I think that will be, walk on Friday.
Monday.
Monday.
They're gonna give it one night to rest, they're gonna sand it tomorrow, put another coat on, and let it sit Friday.
Okay. I know that's, they've been talking about that for the last year and a half. so
Yes.
We're happy to see that.
And it looks beautiful.
Yeah, so, and that was going to the floor, so they do the working down. I know we've had some issues with the handicap, door in the back. I did have that vendor come over to look at it, there are parts ordered, it's time, but this is on the last week, so they said it could be shorter, but we are. Getting that done. They're waiting on the manufacturers and some parts, but they understand the urgency, so as soon as the parts are available, they will schedule the time to come over and make sure that it's in operation. I don't know if you know this, I'm sure you did, but they tree trunk in the parking lot, so we did remove that tree. It was becoming a safety hazard. They've done the carriage house in the parking lot. Several times over.
Big one.
Big one that, so we take care of that. And here I have the equipment, the crane, the handicap, parking spots, there's some branches that look like, while we're there, I'll take care of them before we have a bigger problem. So that was done, once they Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was around the holidays. But that's just one less thing to work away about. And then one of the bigger ticket items that I don't know if everyone has done that before, is the paint. And so I think where we're at, and again, I'm not a member of the permit, but it's really to attend the meetings. But I did speak to Chris down, and he said that, still on track to put it on their meeting agenda, sometime in January. It will go up to bid, with the timeline that we want, so within the spring, for the outside, right, work to be done. So we can specify that in the bid package, so when the vendors can apply, they'll have to meet those deadlines, so we're still on track for that. I will update them as soon as I speak with Chris and see what the meeting that's gonna be. If they're reading next week, I could be wrong, but I'll confirm that, but that has to be kind of approved. Yeah, that can be first, so we'll go up to bid. They'll be the big deadline, and we'll come in, go through that process and then we'll do that contract.
So one of the things that we discovered when we had the discussion about this, because the whole package included
Mhm.
the structural piece on the porch, the lift,
Right.
and at Chris's suggestion,
We want to separate.
separate out, we broke it into two projects.
Yeah, so my understanding is the bid package was completed already, but it didn't get sent out in the fall because of timing, right?
Right.
So I think we take a look at that, if it's already done, we just change these. Right?
Yep.
And update just some of the language, and then I think that can go, put it in paper, I think it's website, by column or something like that, yeah, I'll get all that. And then,
This is the year.
this is,
This is the year.
right, so in other words, we're still on track, and again, springtime's probably the best time to do it. But we do have I think all this is done, we're chasing that out, what's the proper time to send it out, and then the process of doing, working contract.
Of course, that's the big thing, since the money was awarded at town meeting last year, we'll make sure that we get to that, raise it up.
And that's all the updates I have, I don't know if you guys want this, that you have there.
No, I said Brian, you call him, text him, he answers right away. He's taking very good care of us over here. And not with Brian, but also DPW. Thursday night, it was really nice in the parking lot. I called them at 6 o'clock at night, they were here within 5 minutes, did the whole parking lot. Brian's, staff is up here getting everything cleaned up, so, we're very well taken care of, we're very happy.
We did, our department did purchase, a sander for the park, one of our parking lot trucks, so we do have one for the schools and we have one for the town buildings, where we only had one before. So we're able to kind of bridge the gap between the DPW, if they're out on the roads, we do have, means to kind of take care of urgent matters, right? Which last year we depended a lot on the DPW, which they do a great job, they have a lot of area covered. So we're a little bit more self-sufficient now to get yourself, the library, the hall, and the center.
Any other questions? I know you have child duty.
I do, thank you for being accommodating, I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, David.
All right. All right, minutes from the last meeting have been a couple of minor changes. I'll entertain a motion to accept the amended minutes.
Nobody has
You know,
Oh, right, we're going, I have, Stephen Mendoza's name to be with an D, instead of PH. The board voted to create a subcommittee to evaluate future needs of the center. I couldn't read my own handwriting, and it's to evaluate the bylaws. So that's in the to study the bylaws. And then down below, with the census-skip policy was discussed, Jaleesa made a motion to amend the policy and that it should be given at the end, so that people know that it was getting amended to CCOA, or not. So there are,
Who does?
I have one more thing.
oh, definitely.
So Rebecca's name is spelled Rebekah.
R-E-E-N.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, know how your sister's name.
So with those four changes, I move that we accept the minutes as they are presented.
Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor? Aye. All right. Director's report.
Okay. So there are no correspondence, did you know that? Also, the financial report is in your packets, and according to I just got the reports from the town accountant, and we are at approximately 51% of our budget right now, so we're right on target where we're supposed to be, so that was good news. And then the center activities. I unstable these also, I can scan them, so give me a second. All right, so fiscal 24 budget, I have basically had to complete. I'm waiting for the new documents to come from the town administrator, and we'll fill those in, and I'll present those at your next meeting. We did talk to the staff about the goals of 2023, and everyone has some great goals. There's gonna be a lot of good things happening this year, and a lot more responsibility put onto the staff. Still working, like I said, on the field assistance. We're still waiting for town departments to get back to us as far as the tax work-off program. Very few town departments have asked for a tax work-off program. So if we have people that would like to participate in this program, we have nowhere for them to go. So I'd just like to put out a plea to the town departments to please, if you could, have somebody do filing or, need some work of any sort, please put in a request for a volunteer. We're still waiting on the money for the mass development for the taxi delivery service. So in December, we did have our party, we have fire safety. We're gonna be doing the Serve Safe certification this month. The Wild Women had their cookie swap. We had our ugly sweater contest, Marie Polnick won. And we had dinner and caroling with Jillian Warren, for our little Christmas gathering here at the center. The tax appointments have opened up, as of January 2nd. They are full. We have no more tax appointments available at this time. If anybody calls, they will be put on a wait list, but I believe we had 140 appointments. That is all in that. I believe that's what it is. We do have, I'm not gonna go into much right now because we do have a guest here from Growing Places and they're gonna talk about that. We have the Delman Emergency Preparedness Bingo, Wild Women Karaoke, which there is video. So if you'd like to see that. We did have our casino trip that got canceled because of the weather. It has been rescheduled. It will be Sunday, February 19th. So we will have 2 buses going that day. The book club met today. The Veterans Breakfast for Friday has been canceled this week. We are refinishing the hardwood floors in the foyer and the main dining room, and they will not be hardened in time for that. Center Message on Aging continues to bless us items for our pantry, so we're very thankful for that as well. And if anyone's interested in trying vegan food, we do have dinner here that's going to be hosted by the Vegan Nest on High Street. It's going to be in Alfredo with salad and chicken Alfredo. Yeah, but it's not.
It's not chicken.
Yeah. So it's if you want to try something new, it's $5 for dinner, and you get your drink, dessert, and everything. Bring a friend. It'll be fun. So the tax appointments actually start happening on February 13th. Also on February 13th, we have a chocolate tasting with Therapy Gardens. And also the week before, it's February 8th, the Wild Women are watching a movie called Chocolat. So they're watching the movie. February 14th, Valentine's Day, we have our Valentine's Day luncheon. The 17th, Veterans Breakfast. We are closed on the 20th for President's Day. And like I said, February 19th will be the new trip date for Foxwoods. On the 21st, we have our Fat Tuesday Mardi Gras celebration. And then on the 23rd, we also have Growing Places has their indoor farmers market here from 3 to 5. And a couple of things coming up in March. We're having breakfast on Wednesdays, and what really didn't take off, and part of the reason was everyone was like, we already had breakfast by 9 o'clock. So we're going to be having breakfast at 7 a.m.
So that's gonna be Wake Up Wednesdays, breakfast at 7 a.m. here. We're gonna have new Monday, the first Monday of every month will be at movies. So we'll have a movie in the dining room. We have March 9th is Emmett Cahill day trip. March 15th is our rescheduled Aladdin at the Hanover Theater. March 16th, we have our St. Patrick's Day luncheon program. March 17th, we have our veterans, Irish themed veterans breakfast. March 22nd is our breakfast with police. March 23rd, we have our dinner at the center and our growing places. Every fourth Thursday will be our indoor farmers market with growing places. And then on the 27th, we have Howie Newman's performance of musical baseball. So the Thursday nights, like I said, we're gonna keep those. We're still talking about maybe in March or April starting another night because the nights are going very well. Also, I wanted to say we do have, I'm gonna give you each one of these, but we do have some more trips coming up that have been finalized. And we are going on May 23rd to see Staying Alive. On July 27th, we're going to the Gloucester Harbor Cruise Lobster Date. We're going to Dancing Dream, I believe that's ABBA. In November, December, we're going to the Newport Mansions. And we're doing some overnight trips. We're going in May to the 9/11 Museum in New York, and Memories, going to go see Memories. In June, we're going to the Finger Lakes and Wine Country, and they're gonna stay at the hotel and casino. In June, we're going to Niagara Falls. July, we're going to Montreal and Quebec. And we're going to, is that Montana? Yes. We're going to Montana in August. And in September, we're going to Common Man Getaway in Plymouth, New Hampshire. So those are some of our upcoming trips that we have coming up.
Now, Niagara is that Canadian side?
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe that is all that I have.
That's the time it's coming up on the 27th. It says here at 1 o'clock, 10. That's the times the travel agent
Oh.
is responsible for all
Yes.
this will be here for
Yeah.
the person.
What is the date on that?
The 27th of February.
So February 27th, if you're interested in any of these trips, you're gonna wanna come here. Because he brings all the information, talks about the trips, what happens on the trips, what you'll see, and just give you a lot of information. So if you're planning on going on any of these, you're gonna wanna come to that on the 27th.
Right. We went to Nashville with them, and they were amazing. They were very well organized, very much geared to, we didn't miss out on anything, but they did recognize the fact that they weren't traveling with 20-year-olds. It was really, they were wonderful people, that's awesome.
Great.
Next on the agenda, we have community garden update. Ann, you're on.
Hello, everybody. My name's Ann, and I'm the executive director of Growing Places. Growing Places started in Harvard, Mass. in 2001, and for many years actually was in Clinton, over on, what's the street across where Dunkin' Donuts is?
Main Street.
Yeah, so we were on Main Street in one of the warehouses for a long time, because we were just building gardens. So, so for many years, Growing Places just did gardens, and as a healthy food access strategy, because our communities are very food insecure compared to other parts of Massachusetts in particular. We're a fairly wealthy state, but our region is fairly low income compared to the Boston area, and so with that comes food insecurity, as in, you all know the pantry that you've created, which is fantastic. I've seen it. So, a strategy to help to combat food insecurity is gardening. And so the organization was founded to build gardens for low-income people. It was originally just for households that wanted to start a garden and didn't know how. And so our organization, our founders, would get all the materials materials donated, and then we would build the gardens in their backyards, and we would teach them how to grow things, and then they would have an abundance of produce all summer and spring and fall long, which was great. Eventually, kind of migrated into community gardens, and kind of that's where things took place in Clinton. You all know the big garden that was here. So the story behind that garden, if you aren't familiar, is a couple residents from Clinton wanted to start a garden. That's usually how it happens. Growing places typically has nothing to do with the origin story of the garden. And they get really excited and then want to build a garden. And then after a few years, they get tired because it's a lot of work. And they're like, oh, what are we going to do? And so usually growing places gets called in for a little management support. And so that garden, when it got built, it was probably a little overbuilt, to be honest. Too many plots for how many people really wanted to garden. It's really important to scale your garden for how many gardeners want to come. And also, they built it on a big plot that was owned by someone at the time. So, not the best sustainability move. So anyway, that was not part of growing places necessarily. And then we came in maybe 3 years after it was built and started to help manage it when the gardeners found that it started to, kind of do they would not be as excited about the gardening anymore. And so I got a call in November, early November, I think, from a lawyer, and he said, they're selling the May Barton garden to put up a parking lot. And I said,
Isn't that a song?
and I said, Jody Mitchell just rolled over. Like, but it was an issue because we have all these gardeners and we weren't expecting it. And, the gardeners who've been there have been there a very long time. A lot of them have planted perennials, like blueberry bushes, and they spent a lot of money actually on their gardens. And so he said, all right, well, we're going to find a new home for this garden because our gardeners still want a garden there. If they had all said we don't want a garden, that would have been a totally different story, but they were really upset about it. And so, I know Clinton pretty well. I lived in the Church Street apartments before my husband and I got married, and I said, okay, where might be a good place? It has to be accessible because a lot of people who can walk to the garden, so it has to be close to some of the apartments and things like that. And so I called Deb, and I said, do you think that the garden could potentially come here? Polly, who's one of our gardeners and on my board, helped, and Deb said, yes, I think that might be a good move because you have your gardens and then you have those structured management. And so here we are talking about how we moved already, and I wish who's the gentleman from Brian?
Brian.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He helped to move the shed, right? All the water tanks, so the infrastructure that I couldn't move myself, and he moved it with the Parks Board commission up here. And so you'll see that there's a water tank, and there's a shed, there's missing something.
Picking tables.
A picnic table. Yeah, so anything that was movable came up here, and the rest of it will be bulldozed, and it's time anyway to rebuild the beds. Not every 5 years, if it's time, we need to rebuild them. So I wrote a grant to the Schwartz Foundation, who I write to every year, and I've gotten us $3,000 to help to build the garden beds here, because we have the other infrastructure, so we need the soil and the beds. But even more exciting, we spoke with Bill from the planning department, and there are CDBG grant funds that come through, and so those are used for infrastructure. And Growing Places gets CDBG funds in Leominster, Pittsburgh, and so I had asked Pittsburgh, hey, would that ever cover gardens? And they said, yeah, actually it would. And so I said to them, maybe we could do it. And so Phil has been working on it, and I think they're going to put in an application for some really beautiful garden beds up here, and I think some other features that might be really great if we're able to come here. So there's the mouthful. You got the whole thing. So that's
it's good use of
like an active living type facility, ready for exercise. And great. And the other kind of synergy is we have this food pantry, and we can then grow and give a lot of the produce to the food pantry, so they have foundation of gardens.
They watch us down there, they'll say, oh, I saw this going on and that going on. They're very excited that they can look out their windows and watch people gardening and the gardens growing and have the activity here that they can watch right outside their window. So they're happy about that too.
So I have one question. I know that you talked about you don't help individual people, but do you offer training or classes?
So we used to. But there's really no funding to do that, so we've moved, our work in a little bit of a different direction, where we manage the gardens that we always took care of, and most of the gardeners there know how to garden at this point. We really do, we call it upstream work, whereas we are changing systems, so we really work with that healthy incentive program, and we deliver produce year-round to about 200 people in North Central Mass. We have our mobile market that goes to about 30 locations every month, and building a regional food processing center, and seniors are making a value-added product. But no, we do not do a robust gardening program like we used to,
Are
because that's all we did.
are there online resources that people can?
There are so many that we have, yes. So we have an entire gardening guide, so 8 pages. I can forward it to Deb so she has it. It's right on our website. And it's really built to that. So that's all we did for 15 years at Growing Places. And so there's plenty of resources, but we don't necessarily come in and do a summer-long gardening.
But I can guarantee you, some of our seniors who garden now, Polly, Fancy, Peter, if you had a question, they would have an answer.
Yeah, I always feel bad about it because I mean, that's all we did for so long, but that's not what we do. I think if there was a need, I just don't want to charge anybody to do it, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, if there's resources out there, why not take advantage of those?
It's gonna be beautiful.
And I'm gonna be,
Yeah, there you go. Well, the CDBG that Philadelphia's working on is a substantial amount of money. That'll be,
usually
and
it's,
there will be, a handicap bed, so if you're in a wheelchair, you'll be able to access that bed. Things like that, so it's gonna be wonderful. And then, come on, we did make our first batch of jelly.
So we might be growing mint in the garden.
Yep.
you're gonna have that contained, right?
Right, take over, in the garden, in the bed.
It's a perennial, it will be contained in a bed, so it's gonna be fine, you can't put it on the bed. And we're looking to build accessible beds, so they're gonna be so high, so you can sit. So as in, if you saw in the garden, there was like 2 accessible beds, but for this garden, we want all of them to be accessible. Yeah,
Be awesome.
and cedar, so we don't have to replace them all the time.
And we do have the fence line too, if you wanted to do any ground cover, like pumpkins or cucumbers, things like that too, we can also put those in there as well.
So part of what we're doing is positioning with our existing gardeners, but now anyone who's interested. So that should be in newsletters when they're happening. We're planning them right now, so we're ready for the spring. So just look out for that too, everybody, because please come and help us do this, so the garden really represents the community.
Any questions?
And thank you for allowing us to do this. It feels a big need.
Thanks.
One question.
Yeah.
I think the community,
Yeah.
it's not all seniors in the town of Clinton, is it strictly for seniors?
No.
Okay.
And so it used to be, the other thing is it was called the garden, community garden, but we removed it to the Clemson community garden. So all
There's definitely a need, I mean, we know from having camp here, but there's also other pantries that serve the community,
yeah, we work closely with them.
and one of the things that was eye-opening to me when I was on board of selectmen was how many families actually need these types of services.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly, and that's why we switched from just gardening, because it was only so long that we could grow healthy food for only so many people, rather than we have 200 farms in our region, and now we purchase the food from the farmers and bring it to people. And I think it's just a more impactful way to do it.
And it's nice too, because if somebody like Steven, who, you know, maybe lives in an apartment, doesn't have a yard, but enjoys gardening, you can socialize with other people there. It's, you know, it definitely combats the social isolation, along with food insecurities.
Coming
out of isolation, Steve.
Yeah, yeah.
He's our youngest guy.
It really is,
Yeah.
it's that socialization piece that ties in great with it.
Thanks, Ann.
Yep, I'm always available if you need you. Let me know.
See?
Have a great day, and just submit some grants now.
Keep them coming.
All right, next on the list, Council on Aging policy, council members policy and procedure, 2003. These are our bylaws.
Yes. When I read that, underneath the membership, it very clearly spells out now that each term is 3 years and you can have 2 consecutive terms, and then you must take a year off. Is that going to affect or some of us grandfathered in? Because if that went into effect immediately.
Yeah, the whole board's
Yeah.
So anybody new coming in who, like, if, you know, Sheila decided to move to Florida, and we had to replace her, see that person coming in would be under the new.
Yeah, but what about existing, does the clock start now?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but the selectmen may have a different opinions about that. And my proposal would be that it would be prospective, not retrospective, because some of us started many years ago.
Right, but start the clock now.
We'll start the clock July 1.
Right, or whatever, yeah.
Go from there, but let's see. I mean, I don't think that, you know, if they want to replace people slowly but surely, that's one thing. We'll see what they say.
They wouldn't have to replace if they wanted to, they could add on, because we currently are at 7, and the maximum membership is 9.
Correct.
So they wouldn't have to get rid of them, I guess.
But as we know, volunteering in the community is always a challenge to get enough people to participate. Always has been. Now, on these, we have to vote on this.
Right.
And
Then it would go to,
select
the solicitor,
solicitor for review and approval.
and then it would go to town administrator for the selectmen.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the Council on Aging bylaws as presented. Pretty thorough.
I'm not gonna remember that.
Oh, I read.
That's why I sent it off.
No, yeah, we'll go up there. I will accept the policy as presented.
Is there a second?
So there's
Is there any discussion? There being none, all those in favor of the policy as presented? Aye. All right. Send it to the solicitor.
I can do that.
All right. Next on the agenda, the FY 22 annual report.
So that is, that was the previous fiscal year. We submit that to the town administrator each year to be included in the town report. So that is the report, that was just presented to the town administrator for inclusion in the report.
Any questions on the annual report for FY 22?
It's completed, just waiting for the new paperwork to plug those numbers into, to submit to the finance committee. So I can bring those with me to the next meeting, because I'm assuming it'll be February, in February, we'll be setting up meetings with, finance committee. But one of the things I did want to bring up, and it's in your packet, is we contract every year with the WRTA, and I believe it's the town administrator who negotiates that contract. I did talk to, someone at the WRTA that said with the amount of volume that we do here in town, we should maybe negotiate, a higher amount. So currently, we're reimbursed $60,849 each year. So when you look at the budget for the Council on Aging, that basically is the amount that is the dispatcher and the van drivers. So it almost covers those positions, but this money gets deposited into the general fund. So it gets into the general fund and then, of course, we have it in our budget to pay for that.
Can you compile the costs of the drivers?
Yep.
And present that to the administrator and say, you know, currently we're receiving $60,849 and this is the real cost.
Right, and that doesn't include, like I said, fuel, because the town actually pays for fuel as well. So like I said, I would like to see us negotiate so that it is covered in entirety.
The dispatch.
Yeah.
Position, the drivers.
Drivers,
Good.
and fuel.
If you can compile those figures and just talk to Michael about seeing if we can negotiate that up a little bit, cover the cost. See if we're reasonable. Get to do that in budget season.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else? Being none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion, second. Okay, any discussion? Being none, all in favor? Aye. We're done.